These discipleship classes as a little glimpse of heaven. Sometimes when you just sit across from someone and tell your story, talk about the hard, and they talk about the hard, it's like nothing changes, and yet everything changes. Like nothing gets better when you voice what's going on in your life, but at the same time you leave different. And because just being able to be able to share your burdens with someone and talk it out loud and have people listen and care and pray, the circumstances don't change, but yet everything changes. And so I think that just the encouragement that I get from sitting around with a group of like-minded people who, that are still sinners and need the grace of God, and love each other, forgive each other, pray for one another, it's always encouraging. So
one of the things I hated the most, but ended up loving the most, was the discipleship group. I just wanted to let you know that, and I thank all the faculty, Dr. O, Dr. Serrato, and Dr. Shea, Dr. Norris, the other gentlemen I have not had in class, certainly theology. But the one part that broke up all that theology and ministry and just broke it up and made it where it was, where I was connected, and it was marching, was the discipleship groups. And I thought at first it was just a waste of time. I really did. But through the discipleship group, I've met a lot of wonderful men and women, and some of which I'm going to stay connected to for sure. Certainly that experience. But it's been the one place that has been consistent in my life here at Grace.
And probably this would be the last, is that to see people from all across the globe having this kind of fellowship, enjoying one another when we are really total strangers to some degree, and yet we are gathered because there's one common purpose that we have, that is to glorify the Lord in our lives. And I've seen that in all of you, as you share your stories, as you share your insight, as you ask even prayers for what's going on in your life. Those are things that really impacted me as I go through this 8-week journey with you.
About his, I would sum it up with saying wisdom. I say this about every group, but since I'm quite young, I appreciate hearing all of the life stories and teachings from everyone. There is so much wisdom in all of you. I am so blessed to be able to learn with you and from you all. And Alice, the thing that gets me wired is connecting with people, making friends, and just to learn, as everyone said, from each other, the different cultural nuances that we have. When you shared about your daughter, what you did is you actually set a template for the class to be vulnerable. And that's what these classes are about, for us to be vulnerable, to learn together and be part of community. And you can't build a community unless you know what's ticking in each other's lives. So